Welcome back. Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe was called to Capitol Hill to answer questions about the assassination attempt on former President Trump earlier this month.
Some new evidence came to light during the Senate hearing, but lawmakers also expressed lots of frustration over what they perceive as a lack of answers and accountability. Skylar Henry has more details from Capitol Hill.
Senators grilled Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe for several hours in an at times contentious hearing about security failures leading up to the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump.
What more do you need to investigate to know that there were critical enough failures that some individuals ought to be held accountable?
I acknowledge this was a failure of the Secret Service.
Is it not prima facie that somebody has failed? A former president was shot.
Sir, this could have been our Texas school book depository. I have lost sleep over that for the last 17 days, just like you have.
Somebody.
FBI Deputy Director Paul Abate testified local police had been following the suspicious person, later identified as gunman Thomas Crooks, for up to 90 minutes prior to the shooting, and spotted him again on a rooftop with a gun 30 seconds before he opened fire.
If we'd had that information, they would have been able to address it more quickly. It appears that that information was stuck or siloed in that state and local channel.
While the shooter's motive remains unknown, the FBI says it found a social media account that belonged to Crooks that included comments that were anti-Semitic, anti-immigration, and called for political violence.
If it is in fact the shooter that posted these comments, it's the first real indication where he's expressing what are described as extremist views and talking about political violence.
Some Republican senators pushed the Secret Service head about reports the agency turned down protection requests from the Trump campaign.
I believe that the Secret Service leadership made a political decision to deny these requests.
Senator, what I will tell you is that Secret Service agents are not political.
Okay, you're not answering my question. But you know what? Leadership appointed by the president, by the president is political.
The Senate committees say they have more questions and want to talk to agents who were on the ground the day of the shooting.
Acting Secret Service Director Rowe says the shooter was, quote, a loner who was, for whatever reason, fixated on attacking the President of the United States. He also said he had looked at both President Biden and former President Trump, as well as researched previous assassinations, such as how far away Lee Harvey Oswald was from President Kennedy when he was shot.